Hello!
Yes, now. Welcome back to the H&U Podcast with your hosts, Himalay
And Urvashi.
Yes. If you can, like the video, subscribe, and if you like what you hear, share. But that's only
If you like it.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Are you okay with silence? Wait, did I say it some type of way?
Yeah, you said it like, oh, you're okay with silence. That's how I had anyway.
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine with silence.
Same.
Are you?
I am.
Let's say there's a room full of people and it gets quiet. Do you feel the urge to say something?
No. If anything, I like that silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say yeah like that, because I'm the same. I enjoy silence.
Yeah, as much as I love talking to people, I love the silence anyways.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be comfortable in it.
Why are you comfortable with it? Because a lot of people are not with it.
I don't know. I think it just comes down to who I am and how I am. Because I don't mind. Like, I like it when there's a lot of conversations going on. But if there's not, I'm okay with that. Like, if there's like an awkward vibe, then yeah, I could sense that.
But if it was awkward, then you'd feel like you need to say something.
No, I'd just be like...
Still be like just okay with it.
Yeah, I'd just be like, oh, a little bit like, oh, okay. But yeah, I wouldn't do anything to change it. I'd just be like, I'm just going to wait until it changes itself. But yeah, I never feel like I have to go out of my way to, get rid of the silence.
Yeah, me neither. I don't feel the need to, because like, if I have nothing to say and the silence comes, I'm not going to try and stop that silence from happening by talking about something I don't want to talk about.
Yeah. In fact, that would just make it more like, if nobody else wants to talk about that, then you're like, oh yeah, and then it's like, then it's an awkward silence.
Yeah. Then it's worse. And that's like a pity. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't want that. You don't want to be that person. But yeah, no. So I'm comfortable with being in the silence. I said being in the silence.
Like, how were you like that all the time?
No, I think when I was more shy and reserved, I was like, oh, like, I think it depends on, like, I think before I used to prefer silence more than, like, having people talk to me or being talked to or talking myself. But later down the line, when I got a bit more confident and, I'm like, I mean, come on, I'm here waffling on camera. Like, yeah. I've come a long way.
Were you scared when I asked you to do this?
No.
Because fears or any judgments?
Never that, no. Yeah. It was more like, for me, it was like, well, I was going to help out anyways, be like the behind the scenes person. Because for those of you who don't know, I'm a photographer and videographer, so I was going to literally help with like setting up and things and then, and maybe editing a bit. But yeah, so I was always going to be part of it, but in the background. Yeah. And now I'm in the forefront.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, not to be harsh or anything, you were my first choice, but...
No, I know, we've touched on this. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome.
No, cool, no. Scratch that. Like, even though that was the real case, I'm glad that it is the way it is.
Yeah.
Because now it's our thing. Do you get me?
Yeah. It just makes it more real.
What?
It makes it more real now that we're doing it and stuff. Like, releasing and... I have a bubble in my throat.
But what makes what more real?
Like, the fact that we're actually doing it. It's no longer a topic of conversation. It's no longer like, oh, we're talking about doing something. No, we're actually
doing this.
Yeah, this is like legit. It's being put out every week, even if it's late a couple days or a couple hours.
That's fine, as long as we're consistent with it weekly.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
But yeah, wow, that was a nice little tangent. Are you okay with silence? Yes, we are. Yeah. How big a part does social media play in your life?
Well, now we're doing the podcast, it's a big part of our lives now.
Yeah.
But I can choose when I want to be on it and when I don't want to, which I'm happy about.
Social media?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a tool that we can use. We can take advantage of it if we want to, but we use it for the wrong reasons a lot of the time. And that's just the way it is, because when we were growing up, we were growing up with social media. Yeah. No one before our time knew how to deal with that. I think now people are getting good with it. Yeah. In terms of how to deal with social media as a whole.
And also just technology, because like it's crazy how You could have like the youngest little child in the room, and they'll know how to use a phone, and it's like, whoa, like they're growing up with this technology.
True, picking it up fast, but I don't know what people were expecting because kids are like that. They just pick up things so fast.
Curious by nature, so
Yeah.
they're like they want to learn. Yeah. So yeah, social media plays a big part in our lives. And for the longest time, I don't know why, to me, like WhatsApp wasn't social media, and I was like, but it is.
Yeah.
It does count as social media, but yeah, so definitely
I don't
it's a
think
big
you
part.
can think of that as social media though, because it's more like iMessage or just normal text message.
Yeah, it's more seen as that. Yeah, definitely. But it's still a social media platform.
Fair.
Do you believe our life is predestined, or do you think we have free will?
It's a 50-50 for me.
I was literally going to say my answer's very techie because I believe in both.
Yeah. I think it's 50-50 because there is the whole sense of your life is written out. But then people would be like, then how do you get to create the life you want to live? I feel like I've said this already.
Yeah.
But fuck it. Yeah, like if you want to write, how the hell do you write the life you want to live? You just keep doing it again and again, and then eventually it becomes your life, and then you're like, oh well, this was meant to happen. This was just the way it was supposed to be because you wanted it to be that way. And of course, there's going to be a lot of hiccups along the way. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it's part of life. It's like the water and the stream kind of thing. I don't think thing fact. No?
Thing.
Sometimes my brain plays tricks on me, and it makes me repeat things.
Wait, you said the river and the stream thing?
Yeah, so there's basically imagine there's a rock in the middle of the river.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen is they'll just create new streams of water. Do you get me? It'll just split between it.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how life, I see life as. There'll always be obstacles in your way, but you've got to learn how to embrace those obstacles and go around them.
Like adapt to the circumstance.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that. The river and...
No.
There's a lot of things that I've never heard, and then him will tell me, I'm like, wow, never heard that. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's cool. That's a cool analogy to use. Okay. Maladaptive daydreaming. So first of all...
What the...
Do you know what it is?
hell is that? It sounds like a bloody dinosaur.
A dinosaur.
What's it called?
Maladaptive daydreaming.
Maladaptive daydreaming. So what does that mean?
I was gonna say, can you guess what it means, or like when you hear it, what do you think it is? Yeah.
Is that where you're able to control your daydream?
Kind of. I'm gonna give you the proper definition of maladaptive daydreaming because I don't want to be making up things.
No,
okay. Maladaptive daydreaming is a behavior where a person spends an excessive amount of time daydreaming, often becoming immersed in their imagination. This behavior is usually a coping mechanism in people who have mental health conditions like anxiety.
Interesting. Do you do that?
So the reason why I brought it up is because I found out that I have maladaptive daydreaming. However, mine is not due to anxiety, or at least I don't believe it is. It can also be some kind of childhood traumatic experience. And when I dove really deep into it, it was because of the rickshaw accident.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's likely to do with that.
Yeah, it was the rickshaw accident when I was younger. So when I was 5 years old, have we ever spoken about this?
I don't think so.
So when I was 5 year old, I can't speak English. When I was 5 year old, when I was 5, our whole family went to India to attend somebody's wedding, and we had a rickshaw accident. And growing up, I didn't think it made a huge difference. Like, I survived, and I was grateful for that. Still am to this day. But there's a lot that was like behind the scenes. I didn't realize till like I grew older. Like, I became quite insecure within my own skin because I have scars to this day, and I'll have scars for the rest of my life from that one incident. And yeah, I use my imagination, like I think I've said so many times in the podcast, like I have a huge, vast imagination, and every time I'm listening to music, I enter that part of my imagination where I'm like in a completely different world. And I was watching, funnily enough, a TikTok, but on Snapchat, and there was this woman talking about what maladaptive daydreaming is, and I was listening to her, and she was like, "Oh my god, I thought everybody did this." And then it switched in my mind where I was like, "Oh my god, I thought everybody did this." Like where you have these different worlds you're able to like escape to
Right.
just by listening to music or just thinking like, "Oh yeah, like just randomly entering it." And for me, it's very easy to just go into that and like escape reality in a way. And I never realized it was a coping mechanism, and it was due to childhood trauma. So when I found out, I was very much like, "Oh wow, that's so deep." Like,
Yeah, but that makes sense though with a lot of things. Where are the scars?
on my arms.
Yeah.
I have some on my hands. I don't know if you guys.
You can't see.
You're probably not gonna be able to
Hang
see
on,
it.
let me see.
You can see it in person.
Oh yeah. I
There's
see a
that.
little bit.
There's that there.
I remember when it happened as well. This is crazy. Like it was yesterday because it was me, mom, dad, you, and Gish, and we were heading back somewhere. There was an animal in the way. Don't know what animal. Some people say it was a pig. Some say it was a dog. It got in the way. Driver went one way. Then you turn another, and then the rickshaw fell on the side that you were standing and looking out of, and then you sort of went underneath, and just sort of went over that side. It was crazy.
I mean, and then there's different variations that people remember. So I personally have no idea what happened because I was so young. But apparently that's the first time I ever passed out, which makes sense. I mean, I was bleeding a lot. But I know that dad says I never fell out the rickshaw because he saved my life, that's how he broke his finger, because he grabbed onto me. So I never left the rickshaw, but like in your variation, you remember me just completely being out of the rickshaw.
Maybe I just merged a couple of stories together. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, I'll never know what actually happened. So for me, it's literally just like I have the scars to remember it. And apparently, you're the one that told me that I had a bandage on my head as well, because I don't have a scar on my head.
Yeah, there's like
a
bit of your hair came off. There was like a big chunk of it that was ripped off.
Oh my goodness.
But I guess it just came back. I guess your hair just grew back over it. Maybe if you're on Bolski as an avatar.
I reckon if I went bald, there'd be so many scars on my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think there would be.
Why?
I have scars all over my body. I have sensitive skin as well. So it's like the littlest thing. Also, I bruise quite easy. But yeah, so I literally, I call myself a scarred beauty.
As much as mum. Mum bruises so easy.
Oh no, mum.
I just touch her like this and she just bruises. I don't know.
No. That's also because mum's really like light skinned. But no, for me, it's literally like, if I bang into something, I'll be bruised like very easily. But yeah. Do you bruise easily?
I don't realise it. I just don't realise it.
I don't think guys really care about bruises
no, I'm
and
sure
stuff.
Some do. But
You think?
Because I've had it so many times, injuries and stuff like that, I'm just like so used to it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a battle scar everywhere. Got battle scars.
I definitely have battle scars, but it took me a while to embrace them and be like, yeah, no, this is me. Like, now I genuinely am at the point where I don't care. If you have something to say about my appearance, I would not care. Like, I also, like, I've said this, I have acne, so my acne scars are, you'll see what you get with me, because I don't really wear makeup unless there's an event going on or something. But yeah, so yeah, that's it. I have maladaptive daydreaming.
Cool. I think I do as well.
You think you do?
Somehow.
Yeah. When you're listening to music, like what's actually going through your brain? Are you thinking about the song?
Well, I'm listening to the song, any song, I would listen to it in the perspective of the artist. So
Okay.
I'm in that person's head when they're singing these things.
Yeah.
That's where I am. That's why I don't know, like a lot of people associate some songs with some emotion, and like it brings back memories from things that weren't good or were good. And I can do that to some songs, but I can also detach myself and be like, well, it's not my song, it's the artist's song. Maybe I can see some relation to it in my life, but not all the time. And I like that.
No, that's cool. Yeah, for me, it's like I said, I literally go into a different universe
Yeah.
within my head, and I'll always be thinking about like different scenarios and situations that could occur. But one thing is, the people I love the most, like friends and family, they are in every single universe I end up going into these different realities in my head.
What do you do in these
So
universes?
it's really cool. Just I put myself in different scenarios, different situations, what I would
What's your
do.
best scenario you put yourself in?
I think for some reason it's always big events where everyone's present, like a wedding.
Hmm.
Like I'm always, for some reason, when I'm listening to music, especially if like there's a song that you know would play at a wedding, it's always like, oh yeah, this would be cool, and like I imagine how it would be like, and yeah, it's like it is definitely a coping mechanism, and I see that for myself considering I go into it randomly, and there's also like sometimes you'll catch yourself whispering or talking in real life, like you're unconsciously or subconsciously doing that. But then when you catch yourself, you're doing it, you're like, whoa, you're like, that's crazy. I'd literally be, and it's also like, for most of the day, I'm at home and everybody else is at work. So when I catch myself doing it, I'm like the only one. So I'm like, whoa, like.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that plays a part into it because when other people are around, I very much like to be in this reality. I like to be present.
Yeah.
And like if someone's talking to me, I don't want to be somewhere else. I always make sure that I'm there so I'm able to listen, take in, and respond. So most sorry, go on.
Special kid.
I knew you were gonna say that. In a couple of years, this will actually be put down potentially as an actual mental health situation / illness.
What do you mean? I don't see it as an illness though.
Yeah, it has.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah. It does have connotations to ADHD, but I've not got deep into it to know if I would have that or not.
I think majority of people are on the spectrum of ADHD.
I think it's coming more to light now because a lot more people are like aware of it and talking about it. But back in the day, I don't think I would have even known what it was. So yeah.
When do you feel you're most confident?
I thrive in the company of my family members and friends. That's when I'm the most confident, is when I'm in a room full of people that love me and that I love back.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I'm most confident.
Nice.
What about you?
I think when I've ticked all the boxes of things to do and not to do in my own head is when I feel most confident. I think trying to put my confidence on other people, I know you're not doing that, but I've realized over the years and learned from my mistakes, like trying to put my confidence on that of other people, it's not great because sometimes that can put you down.
I see that. I think
without them even realizing it's not their fault.
Yeah, and I think for me it's more like it is that way because they're the people that know me best,
Right.
and so they'll never take offense to what I'm saying if I say something in a certain way. Like even if I say a joke or something, it won't be like taken.
Oh yeah, and that's in that aspect. Then yeah.
Yeah, because I don't like walking on eggshells or like making other people feel like they have to walk on eggshells around you.
Mm-hmm.
We always get that thing wrong. That phrase, I forgot what it's called.
Analogy.
We always get that analogy wrong. Anyways, yeah, and I feel like when I meet new people, I'm mostly reserved and like have my walls up. Yeah.
I always like to show respect first. I think it's a good rule to have. Just show your respect first. Because then after that, it's up to them on whether they decide to take that respect and use it against you, or actually be respectful back.
100%, yeah.
And even if they are disrespectful, then you know that you don't have to be around that person.
Definitely. It's slowly like knowing that people come into your life for a reason, whether no matter what amount of time it is, it's helped me like realize how much in control you are with who you can have around you and who you want to have around you versus who you don't want around you. Like if there's someone that's constantly putting you down, you're not going to want them around you. So why are you trying to impress them? Like I've fallen down that hole of like, why doesn't this person like me? Like why are they so standoffish around me? And I'll never know the answer, right? Because for me, afterwards, I realized like, well, if someone's going to be like that every time I walk into a room, I'm not going to want to talk to that person, you know? So why am I constantly like, oh, I want to know why they become like this around me. Like I shouldn't want to know. That's their thing. Like, you know, that's up to them. That's fair enough. So then I just realized, okay, that's fine. I'm probably never going to see this person again. So that was it. Then that's that.
Yeah.
That's like the people pleaser inside me, you know, because I'm very used to being the likable, approachable person. So when there's that one person in the room that's like doesn't like me or doesn't want me around, I want to know why. You know, that whole inside is like, why? Like, oh, what did I do? And it's not necessarily anything I did. It might have just been they prefer the company they already have. They don't need more people in their life. Fair enough. So when I realized that, like, I need to stop wanting to know why, if that's the case, and I need to stop being this people pleaser, because I never became the way I am to please people. I did it because that's who I am. I am just how I am, you know. So I need
don't
to
like that
get
saying,
out
by
of
the way.
What?
You are just who you are. I don't like that, because that's you telling me that you don't think that you can change because it's just how you are. So if you're making those flaws, that you realize that you're making those flaws, but then you say, "That's just how I am," just means that, to me, you're not trying to change.
No, when I say that, I mean I am how I am because I want to be this way. Because I'm normally the nice, approachable one because I made myself this way. This is who I am to the core.
Yeah. So then, I guess then saying people pleaser should be out, because you're not people pleasing then. It's just who you are.
It's who,
I guess no,
and it's for me too.
but sometimes you do fall into that trap of people pleasing and you don't realize it. So that is valid, to be fair.
Yeah, when you feel like you want to get out of your own way to be someone to somebody, that's like that hit me hard one time when I realized I was doing it, because I was like, I've never been the type to do this, so why is this so important for me? And it ended up being for someone that just was not worth it. Like, so, and they're not in my life anymore. So I'm like, okay, well, that was like pointless. Feeling the feelings that I did at that point was quite a low point for me, because I was like,
I don't think it was pointless. There's a reason why you've
yeah,
not forced to, but you felt the way you did.
mm,
You know, everything happens for a reason. That's like probably number one thing I believe in more than anything. Like, everything does happen for a reason, even if it is bad. As
yeah,
harsh as it is, it's the truth.
I agree with that. It just took me a while to get my head around it, and once I did, it was like, well, this is a relief, you know, like it was a lesson at the end of the day. It wasn't for nothing. As much as I thought like the feelings were pointless, no, they made me feel the way I did so I could learn the lesson that I did.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good.
That was me when I fell down a hole. Like, you know.
Good, but you got yourself out of it.
Exactly.
That's the thing. At the end of the day, guys, you have to save yourself.
Yes.
In anything that you do in life, you've got to save yourself. Sure, you'll have help along the way, but they're not gonna force feed you anything. You have to like take that help and push further.
Yeah, 100%. Don't wait for anybody to come save you. Save yourself.
Yeah. Don't expect anyone to try and save you. Just save yourself. Do you know in Harry Potter
Save yourself.
where Prisoners of Azkaban, people know this, there's a part where Harry looks across the pond and he sees something flashing and he says, "It was my dad. My dad came to save me." But guess what? It wasn't his dad, it was himself in the future. Thank you.
Spoiler alert.
Thank you. It's
As
not a
soon as-
spoiler, the movie
as
came out
soon as-
ages ago.
For me, it was. I've not watched Harry
Oh
Potter.
yeah, that's wild. You know, I've watched Harry Potter back to front so many times. You've never watched it once.
I've watched it, but I think I've watched like the first movie and I forgot it because like we watched a couple in cinemas and that was like when I was younger anyway.
I guess Christmas time we can watch the whole Harry Potter.
Yeah, I mean we have the whole series. It's just I need to get down to actually watching it.
Yeah.
So the moment he said Harry Potter, if you saw me just be like, yeah, I'm disconnected to this conversation now. It's because I truly was, because I couldn't relate to anything he was saying.
Yeah. Here's what I'd want to know actually properly.
Yeah.
Are there parallel universes? Is it true? Because I'm like 99.99% sure that it exists.
Oh, I 100% believe there's like different universes. There's parallel universes.
It's only a theory, but I like to think that it's true.
You reminded me of Sheldon when he's like, string theory, trying to prove it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question today. Are you inviting something into your life that you don't want?
Wow, that's deep. I hope I'm not. I really hope I'm not.
Then just say no if you don't.
No, but I don't know. I won't know until I've experienced it.
No, you can think about it right now. Like, at this moment in time, are you accepting or are you inviting something?
I'm gonna accept the fact that I'm inviting multiple things into my life right now.
Yeah, but are you
Personally, and I'm gonna say I want it. I invite it regardless of whether it's good or bad for me.
so then you're not inviting anything in your life that you don't want?
Yes.
Okay then. So you know.
I'm gonna say yes.
So you know then.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I mean afterwards, but yeah.
Okay. Well, no. I'm not inviting anything I don't want.
Okay, now you need another question of the day.
I don't know. Let me try and go off of that, right? I don't. I think I have a lot of blessings in my life right now that I want to invite.
Yeah.
Like, I take those things, so I don't take it for granted, man.
No, that's true. That's good. I mean, for me, I won't know that I don't want them until I've experienced it and to like truly experience what it means to be in that situation or be there, you know?
I understand that too. You don't know whether you do want to invite it or not.
Yeah.
But I guess that's you being skeptical about it.
Yeah, 100%.
You should just be like, you know what, I wanted this, so
Yeah.
whatever happens.
Take it. I'll take it. Yeah.
What ordinary place can you appreciate more today?
My house, my living room.
So this ordinary place you don't appreciate as often.
No, I think I take not just me. I think everybody has this has a realization when they feel like they've taken something for granted for a bit too long, or when you feel like it's when things are going really like smooth sailing for you. I don't think we don't feel the need to see the bright side because nothing bad has happened. If you know what I mean. It's like sometimes you need something to happen in order to be grateful for everything you have.
Right.
It's like yeah. Recently, I felt like I'm so fucking grateful for where I'm at right now, for our house, for my family, for everything that I have around me. You know, everything I believe in, everything I stand in. That's the reason. That is my main purpose right now in life.
Yeah.
And so.
What your main purpose in life is to feel grateful.
No, for like to be who I am, where I am, with who with who I am.
That's your purpose.
With who I'm with right now, but my purpose of existing is solely based off of who I'm around, why I'm here. Like you know how some people question, like, oh, okay, like am I actually doing something?
Mm-hmm.
Am I? Because I've fallen through the trap of like, what am I actually doing? Right? And when I deep it, that's when I know, like,
that's
no, I'm here.
That's just you being self-aware.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I always see it like I always get whenever I get stuck in a mindset or something. Wow. Thanks for the introduction.
Yeah, no, that's fine because people often fall into that trap of feeling like they're not doing enough. Because I do it as well, but just know it's kind of a good thing sometimes. All the time, no, but sometimes having that realization that oh shit, wait, let me take a step back. Am I doing stuff that's good for me?
Yeah.
That actually helps me to grow. Because at the end of the day, that's what you want every day, for something that you're doing to help you to grow, to become a better person. Or I mean, you don't have to chase after that. I'm not trying to chase after it. It's just that's who I like to be. Someone who gets better every day with anything that I do.
Yeah. It's a good way of looking at it.
But yeah.
That was question of the day, guys.
Question of the day. You get two today. Wow.
Wow, questions of the day.
And if you do want to get this book, yeah, it's I got it as a gift from a friend, and get it on Amazon. Question of a day. A question a day for the soul. Anyways, that was free promo done, and thank you for listening. Unsponsored. Thanks anyway for listening, guys. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Yep.
Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe and share.
If you want to.
If you like the video. Fucked it up. Anyways, see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
See you next week. Bye.